Morning, everyone. Got this coffee down the street, on from my apartment corner. It's only 10 by. It's kind of crazy because a lot of the coffee places I've been going to, I usually spend about 60 to 70 by. One place I spend about 55. And yeah, for the price of that, I can get, 5 or 6 of these, so can't really beat that. But anyways, that's not what I'm going to talk about this morning. I want to talk about how I've been meeting people in Chiang Mai, and I hope this shit. I should be drinking more of these. I can barely even think right now. So yeah, guys, I just want to talk about how I've been meeting people here in Chiang Mai, and I hope to give you guys some ideas on how you can go about meeting people here as well, especially if you're a solo traveler or coming here by yourself like I did. So the first idea or one way I've been meeting people is through a lot of meetup groups and meetup events on Facebook. One meetup in particular that I've been going to a lot is called Lingo. It's really cool. Highly recommend it. I've had a really great time going to this event the last couple of weeks. It's here in the Neiman area, or at least next to it, I believe. Yeah, it's basically every Tuesday about 7 p.m. and yeah, to 12 or a bit longer, depends on how the event's going. But basically the event is focused on exchanging languages with other people and practicing another language if you want to learn, yeah, or practice a different language than your native tongue. So, or otherwise you can speak your native tongue. I mean, most of the time in my experience, of course, my native tongue is English. So yeah, my experience, mostly everyone's been chatting in English, but you do hear, of course, other languages being thrown around. And I did practice some of the languages that I used to kind of speak, like Japanese and a little bit of French. Even though I'm quite embarrassed, I'll admit, to speaking those languages again. It's been so long, and honestly forgot it, but that's aside to the point. So basically, yeah, Lingo is really cool. I met a lot of people through there. Actually, that meetup event is probably the one event that I met the most people at, actually. The first night that I went there, which was a couple weeks ago, and it was actually the first meeting for this event in Chiang Mai. There were a lot of people, and unfortunately I didn't get around to speaking to as much people as I would have liked. But yeah, there were a lot of people, and I met a lot of people. And yeah, and how is it, you're probably wondering, how is it for a shy guy, especially me being a shy guy? Sometimes yeah, it can be really scary to meet, or to put yourself out there to meeting new people. So how is it for shy people? Yeah, actually it's pretty nice. Like I talked to quite a few people who were kind of like shy in a sense, for lack of better meaning, I guess. Yeah, but honestly, I think the reason why it's not as stressful as you might think, because you don't know anybody, and it can be a big group and intimidating, and you just show up and you're kind of just like, yeah, so I don't know. But honestly, it's not like that. Like, it's pretty laid back and chill, and everyone's really friendly and open. And I think the reason why it's not so hard for shy people to talk and to meet other people in this meetup is because this meetup is, you know, solely geared towards meeting new people and talking. So everyone comes with the intention to do that. And I think it's because of this everyone's open. No one puts up like a shield. So it's not intimidating, at least for me in my experience being a shy guy. And yeah, and I believe if you're a pretty shy and timid person, that yeah, that you're not gonna have a whole lot of trouble talking and meeting people. So there are a ton of other meetup activities on Facebook that you can find that are just happening all around the city. But so far I've just gone to yeah, a few, like this Mundo Lingo, and mainly on the weekend I'd just kind of explore around my area by myself. Which actually I'm going to talk about next is another way I've been, yeah, kind of meeting people. Not so much as Mundo Lingo, because that meetup group is solely for the purpose of talking and to meeting people. But yeah, I go out and I explore the area, and there's a lot of chances just to meet people out in public, you know, like during the day. There's a lot of festivities. Recently Chinese New Year has been going on. I don't know if it's over now, but yeah, there's been a lot of festivities around that, and a lot of chance to meet people. If you get some street food and sit somewhere, you know, there's highly likely that someone is going to sit next to you, and you can probably start a small conversation with them and get to know them a little bit. But that's probably not the most efficient way to meeting someone, but it is, you know, an idea. So anyways, yeah, I'll be going out during the day, participating in a lot of the festivities, and then also at night especially. I like to go out, kind of explore the area, kind of bar hop a little bit just by myself, chill at the counter of the bar and have a beer, and just, it's really nice because there's actually quite a lot of musicians here, and they'll play live music, so you can just relax and, well, yeah, watch them play music. That's one way. Like I found that the smaller the bar and the more, like, if there's like a counter and it's a smaller bar, the more likely that you're gonna strike a conversation with someone. If it's a big bar and there's not so much counter space, but there's more like tables, you're probably not going to meet anyone. What I've found here is, like, there's a lot of, yeah, groups that come together, so they already have their group. They're not really so interested in talking to people outside so much. So it's better to find, I think, like a counter space and a smaller bar. The smaller space will make the people more likely to talk to each other, I think. Which comes to my next way that I met people here, which is kind of random, is so my apartment building, I have a rooftop pool. I'm lucky enough to have that. And actually I think it was like the second day of living here, I went swimming. I think it was either, yeah, the first or the second day, literally. I went swimming at the rooftop pool, and I was just chilling out, and this really friendly Irish couple came up to swim. And because the pool area is so small, it's kind of like hard not to say anything. So yeah, we were like, oh, how's it going? You know, how are you doing today? Small chat. And right away we got to know each other, and before we even exchanged our names, they mentioned that they're going on a tour to the Buatong Sticky Waterfalls. Sorry if I butchered that name, by the way. They mentioned they're going on a tour, and they're like, hey, yeah, there's an extra seat in the car, would you be interested in going? And I was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, normally that sounds a little bit kind of bad, especially if you don't know the people yet. But actually, you know, I just had this feeling like, you know, my instinct was telling me like, you know, there's nothing wrong, you know, nothing I should be threatened of, you know. So anyways, yeah, so I ended up going on the tour with them, and yeah, it turned out to be a really awesome trip. Anyways, I'm gonna recap on some of the ways that I've met people here, and I hope to give you guys some ideas on how you can go about meeting people. So my first and foremost is meetup groups, which you can find a lot of them on Facebook. Yeah, so meetup groups, meetup events, and one in particular that I highly recommend is Mundo Lingo. And it was really funny because like even last night when I was taking an Uber ride back home, the Uber driver was talking to me about like this place. She was asking me about it, like quite curious. And yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's a meetup group, you know, to exchange languages. There's Thai people, there's foreigners, you know, you can meet lots of people. And she said like, oh, and I'm always driving a lot of foreigners around. They always know like where everything is, like more than I do, and I live in Chiang Mai. And actually I was like, well, I don't know if that's true. Like I've only been here for a couple weeks. I don't really know a whole lot. So, but you know, this conversation was enough to pique her interest, and she ended up giving me her phone and asking me for the Facebook group. So I showed her the group, and then clicked interested so that she'll know like for next week, you know, where to go. It's always the same place, the same time, as far as I know. So I thought that was kind of funny. Like, yeah, the Uber driver is interested, so I'll probably see you there next week. Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. So recap: meetup groups, meetup events, and yeah. So the second thing is exploring your area, participating in the festivities, being active in the nightlife, checking out the music scene. So those are all opportunities to, yeah, not only, you know, check out something new, but meet new people. So, and then the last thing is have a rooftop pool that's small enough that you have to talk to the people there. So yeah, that last one is not such great advice. But anyways, guys, those are just some of the ways that I met people here. And I'll probably make another video on more ways to meet people, especially if you're shy, like me at times. And yeah, I hope this video gives you some ideas. And so anyways, I hope to catch you guys later, and take it easy until then.